So I would like to begin today by invoking the blessings of the divine by chanting a sutra from Patanjali. So we'll chant it 3 times. You can chant it as a response. Yogas chitta vritti nirodha. Yogas chitta vritti nirodha. Yogas chitta vritti nirodha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So our theme for the class today is working with difficult emotions. And as we go through these times, there is a lot of stress just extrinsically in our system. Even if we might be feeling more restful and peaceful, there is a lot that's happening around us. There is disturbing news, there is things happening to people around us, and it is quite natural to feel overwhelmed by this, to experience a lot of fear. And emotions are a way of the brain informing us of how we need to take care and respond to this. But what we want to work with is emotions which we are able to balance and feel that we can have our inner resources working for us rather than let them overpower us. So when our emotions overpower us, a lot of negative emotions take over. It could be fear, it could be anger, it could be a general sense of anxiety, a feeling of helplessness, and also sometimes you start feeling a lot of hatred for what is happening around and feeling a sense of unfairness. Now, all of this is quite natural to feel when we are going through a difficult time. But how can we shift that energy? Now, the heart is the center of emotions in our body. And there are many other places where emotions get trapped, like behind the knees, in the gut, in the stomach, in the shoulders, in the throat, all of that. But heart is largely the center of emotions. So when we feel overwhelmed by emotions, it is good to open up the heart more and lift that energy up to the spiritual eye, the point between the eyebrows, the Agya Chakra, as we call it, or the Kutastha Chaitanya, Christ Center. These are all names for that. And that center actually takes us to that part of the brain which releases a lot of positive emotions as well as helps us tap into our brain and mind strength. So, which is why we want to lift these emotions from the heart, offer them up there, and feel resourceful. Sri Yukteswarji used to say, you have to be a lion and watch those frogs of emotions jumping around. So, what he meant in that was feel your inner strength and detach yourself from those emotions in terms of saying, it is not me. If I am getting angry, anger is not me. It is just an aberration that happened, and let go of that and move forward. If you had a difficult argument with someone and you felt a little bit of anger and hatred, it's okay. It's a response, but you can send healing, love, and calmness and pray for them and free yourself from, instead of getting caught in that vritti, as we chanted in the sutra today. So these are little things, and let's now quickly get into our practice today. So what we are going to start with is a set of shoulder rotations. Amrita is assisting, and you can watch her as we do this. So getting your arms close to your torso and the fingers on the shoulders. Do 3 rotations front to back, opening the chest consciously, and then 3 times in the reverse direction. Okay. Now, that's a good stretch for the shoulder. You can do it as many times as you want and find helpful. The next thing we're going to do is a bit like mango plucking, but we're going to do it sitting. So that's a nice stretch. So lengthening up your left arm and stretching it up tall. And then on the other side, the right side, yeah, keep doing this 3 to 4 times. And nice inhalation, long breath as you go up and exhale down. One last time, stay there a little bit so that you can really stretch up. And then on the left side, and relax. Now, the next one we're going to do is a stretch for the knees and the entire spine. So for this, you will kneel on the floor. If your knees are sensitive, you could kneel on a cushion. Remember all the cautions that we mentioned. So don't take your body to a point of strain. Yeah. Now extend the left leg forward. So she's doing it sideways. You can see her. And then bending at the knees and going into a nice lumbar stretch. Uh, Taking the spine backwards. You'll feel a stretch on the front of the right thigh. Make sure your knees don't go beyond the ankles. Keep breathing. 2 more breaths there. And then straightening that left knee and bend forward from the hip. Just as much as you can. You can, if you're losing balance, you can have your hands on the floor if you can. And keep the spine nice and long. 2 more breaths. And slowly come up. And now repeat on the other side. Going into a nice lunge, lengthening the spine, opening the heart. Feeling that stretch in the front of the left thigh. This opens up the entire body. And then slowly straightening the right leg and bending from the hips forward. Take a few deep breaths there. Get your arms to the floor if you can for balance. Feeling the back of the leg also opening up. And then slowly come up and release and stand up for Garudasana. So this is a very energizing and calming asana and has a beautiful affirmation also. At the center of life storms, I stand serene. So now stand in Tadasana, feet firmly on the floor, weight equal on both legs. Then shift your weight to the left leg. Bend the left knee. And then wrap your right leg around the left leg, wherever you can. It may be a Krishna pose, which is a simple version. And if you have been practicing regularly, you can have your leg higher up on the left leg, whatever works for you. Bend the left arm and then take the right arm under that and wrap it around. Now, if this is difficult, if you have shoulder conditions, you can just join your palms instead of wrapping it under. Fix your gaze at a point in front of you. Feel the shoulders relaxed, the spine tall. Relax your body. Keep breathing. Affirm mentally. At the center of life's storms, I stand serene. At the center of life's storms, I stand serene. Feeling centered in your heart. Feeling the serenity there, the calmness, which is your inner resource. It's always there. And slowly release the arms and bring them down, and then release the feet. Stand in Tadasana for a moment, affirming mentally at the center of life's storms, I stand serene. And now we'll repeat on the right side. So shift your weight to the right leg, bend the right knee, wrap the left foot around it, and then bend your right arm, and then bend your left arm under it, wrap it around, or just join them in Anjali Mudra. Relax your shoulders, open your chest, keep your gaze at a fixed point. Affirm mentally, at the center of life's storms, I stand serene. At the center of life's storms, I stand serene. Keep breathing. Watching life is a storm around you right now, but you're in your calm inner center. One more breath. And then slowly release your arms. And then bring your foot down and rest in Tadasana for a moment. Just feeling your entire being energized, arms, legs, feeling centered, feeling that heart energy awakened. And when you're ready, you can sit on the floor for Ardha Matsyendrasana, the half spinal twist. So for this, you sit with your knees bent, foot on the floor. So you can bend both your knees and put the foot on the floor. And then take your right foot outside the left hip, cross the knee over, yes, that way. And then place your left arm behind the spine, behind the sacrum. Make sure your spine is nice and tall. And then with the right hand, wrap it around the left knee. So make sure it's opposite arm and leg. And then with an inhalation, lengthening the spine. As you exhale, twist towards the left. First the navel, then the chest, and then the shoulders. Each time, inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Keep breathing. Feel your heart nice and open, shoulders relaxed. You're sitting on both your sit bones. Close your eyes, keeping your gaze at the point between the eyebrows, affirming mentally. I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. Visualize rays of light radiating from your heart. When you do this, you heal yourself and you send healing out into the world. 2 more breaths. And then slowly bring the shoulders back and the middle torso and the lower torso. And you can just cross one knee over the other and rest there for a minute. Closing your eyes, feeling your heart healed, full of love, and sending that love out into the world. When we share, we do a greater service to humanity. And now repeat on the other side. Make sure you have opposite arm and knee together. It's not on the same side. That's a common mistake people tend to make. Make sure you're sitting on both your sit bones. As you inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, twist from the navel. Inhale, lengthen, twist from the chest. And finally, turning the shoulders. And you can tuck your chin in and look over the shoulder. Feel length in your spine. Make sure you're not slouching. And affirm mentally. I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. 2 more breaths. Slowly untwisting your shoulders and the spine, coming back to center. And you can sit in Dandasana for a moment this time, just stretching your legs out and lengthening the spine as you press your palms into the floor, restoring the whole body, affirming mentally. I radiate love and goodwill to soul friends everywhere. And now we lie on the floor for Setu Bandhasana. Lying on your back is the bridge pose. You could use a blanket under the shoulders, particularly if you have neck sensitivities. And it is recommended that for all inversions, you use a blanket. This is an easier one. If you don't have one today, that's all right. Bend your knees and place the feet about 5 to 6 inches from the buttocks. Okay. And then slowly lifting the torso up and pressing the shoulders into the floor. Get your arms slowly in, tucking the shoulder blades in, and lifting up as much as you can. If you've been practicing, you'll be able to lift more and get your chin to the chest. If you're new to it, do a gentle bridge today. And you could interlock your fingers and just tuck the shoulder blades in as much as you need to. And make sure your knees are not splayed, they're kind of parallel to each other. And closing your eyes, feeling that rising energy in the spine, affirm mentally, I offer every thought as a bridge to divine grace. I offer every thought as a bridge to divine grace. Lifting each thought as if you were building a bridge from your thoughts into the divine and offering them up there, uplifting thoughts, purifying negative thoughts, invoking the grace. One more breath. And then slowly bring your body down to the floor very cautiously and lengthening your legs out. You go into a brief Shavasana. You can remove the blanket from under your shoulders if you used one. It's good to bring them to the classes going forward. And lying down, completely rested. Relax your feet, your calves, your thighs. Relax your stomach. Easy breaths. Relax your chest and shoulders. Relax your arms, fingers, palms, elbows. Let them all relax. Try to stay still in Shavasana. Relax your throat, feeling space in your throat. And now relax your face. Let every muscle of the face relax. The jaws, the tongue, the cheeks, the eyes, the eyebrows. Keep your gaze behind closed eyes at the point between the eyebrows. Very relaxed gaze. Let your body soften and melt away all tensions, feeling restored and purified with divine grace. Affirm once mentally after me. Bones, muscles, movement. I surrender now. Anxiety, elation, and depression. Churning thoughts. All these I give into the hands of peace. Just rest there for a moment in stillness. Slowly now, bringing your awareness back to the body, feeling the weight of the body on the floor. Gently move your fingers and toes. And then when you're ready, turn over to the right side. Stay there for a breath. And then slowly sit up, facing the screen. You could sit on a cushion. And we're going to do a short practice of Nadi Shodhanam. It's also called Anulom Vilom in some traditions. So for Nadi Shodhanam, you get your right hand in Vishnu Mudra. So Vishnu Mudra, the thumb is open, the little finger and the ring finger is straight, and the other two fingers are bent. So it looks like a V. That's a good way to remember it. Vishnu Mudra. And the left hand is placed at the junction of thigh and abdomen. The spine is tall, and you close your right nostril with the right thumb and inhale from the left. We're going to do a short version today. Inhale to a count of 6. I'll count for you. Close and hold. Exhale through the right. Now that you've seen this, you can close your eyes for a deeper experience. Inhale through the right. Close and hold. Exhale through the left. This completes one round. We'll do 2 more rounds. Inhale through the left. Close and hold. Exhale through the right. Inhale right. Close and hold. Exhale left. Last round. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close and hold. Exhale left. Release your arms down. Continuing to keep your eyes closed. Taking a moment to feel your mind a little bit more calmer, a little more rested. Nadi Shodhanam is a very powerful pranayam for purifying emotions, calming stress, and helping you uplift your energy. You can practice this anytime when you're on a relatively light stomach, and it can give you an instant balance. Now we're going to do one short technique which will help you work more with difficult emotions right there in the moment. So we talked about this visualization at the beginning, which is one tip, that you visualize yourself as a lion and see all those emotions bouncing around like frogs, not getting overwhelmed by them. That's one mode you can step into when you're facing a lot of difficult emotions. Now here is another. Close your eyes, sitting upright, feeling that calmness that you've built up in the last 20 minutes or so. And now we all remember these village wells where we see people drawing water up from the well with a bucket that works on a pulley. Yeah, it draws the bucket all the way up and then you get the water. So similarly, we're going to lift energy from the bottom of our cells, from the spine, the lower chakras, and lifting it up to the spiritual eyes. So this is a mental visualization. So as you inhale, you assume that you're lifting that water up. As you exhale, the bucket goes down, only to lift the next bucket of water up. So we'll do 5 rounds of this breath with this visualization, which is a great way of lifting energy when you're feeling overwhelmed by emotions. So closing your eyes, rested, relaxed, nice tall spine. As you inhale, visualize that bucket of water coming all the way up from the base of the spine, right up to the spiritual eye, offering that breath there to the divine. And as you exhale, very purposefully take that bucket down. Again, inhaling, lifting it up, offering that water, tarpan as we call it, to the divine at the spiritual eye. And as you exhale, draw the bucket down only to draw more. Inhaling, lifting it up, offering it up to the divine. Exhaling, feeling that bucket travel down the well. Again, inhale up with this visualization, offering at the spiritual eye, exhaling down. And one more time. Inhale up, offer it up, exhale down. And slowly let go of that practice. Let's do a brief 1 minute meditation, keeping your gaze at the spiritual eye, sitting in absolute stillness, feeling restored, and remembering all these beautiful teachings of yoga, these resources that you have all through the day. And now let's close our meditation by rubbing our palms together and sharing the blessings that we receive with the world, sending out healing ohms into the world. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.